The family under the eaves at the edge of the village, where the dirt path dwindles and dissolves into the green of the mountains and forest, stood the simple three-room house of Mr. Loc and Mrs. Ann. The house held nothing of value, save for a treasure that couldn't be measured. It was a family. Besides the old couple, this family included Van, the majestic tiger, Vang, the loyal dog, Muop, the clever calico cat, and a flock of ever-busy chickens. Every morning, as the first rays of sunlight pierced through the leaves to awaken the world, the family would also begin a new day. The first to wake was not the old couple, but Muop the cat. But she was in no hurry to go anywhere, for she was sleeping in the warmest place on earth, upon the vast back of Van the tiger. Muop was like a calico boat moored on a striped island. She would leisurely stretch, then use her rough tongue to groom Van's fur right by his ear, an indispensable morning ritual. Van would only rumble softly in his throat, a deep guttural sound of pure contentment. The friendship between Muop and Van was the most miraculous thing in the house. Van, with the strength to move mountains, became unusually gentle before the tiny cat. Muop was the only member of the household who dared to steal Van's favorite sleeping spot, dared to drink water first, and would occasionally use her paw to lightly tap the tiger's tail, just to tease him. In response to these antics, Van had only a look of tolerance and an affectionate nudge of his head. Vang the dog was different. He was the embodiment of enthusiasm. He saw Van as a respectable older brother, always trotting faithfully behind him on every stroll through the garden. He barked loudly at strangers but would fall instantly silent at a mere glance from Van. To Vang, Muop was a difficult little sister. He always kept his distance and didn't tease her, but he was always willing to share his food if she came near. Life went on peacefully. Mr. Loc and Mrs. Ann tended to their garden, while their animal family tended to the home. Then one afternoon, as Mrs. Ann was picking vegetables in the garden, something unfortunate happened. The chickens pecking at grain in the yard suddenly shrieked and scattered. Vang, who had been dozing, leaped to his feet and began barking furiously toward the dense banana grove. Muop, who had been chasing a butterfly on the fence, also stopped, arching her back, her fur standing on end as she let out a menacing hiss. Recognizing the chain of danger signals, Van, who had been sunbathing, moved. He did not lunge. He flowed like a shadow, swift and decisive. He stood protectively in front of Mrs. Ann, who still didn't understand what was happening. He lowered his head and a deep guttural growl emanated from his chest. From within the banana grove, a green pit viper, as thick as a wrist, its head raised, slowly recoiled and scurried away into the shade, disappearing. The danger had passed, but Van's body remained tense. He stood his ground growling, his wild instincts having surfaced to protect his family. Mrs. Ann and Vang didn't dare approach. It was at that moment that Muop, the tiny cat, was the first to move forward. She was not afraid. She sauntered over, rubbing her soft body against Van's front leg. She began to meow, looking up with her bright green eyes at her giant friend. That gentle act was like a cool stream washing away the tension. Van slowly relaxed his body and the growl faded away. He bent his head and gently nudged Muop with its nose, a wordless thank you. That evening, as usual, the whole family gathered on the large reed mat in the middle of the courtyard. Mr. Loc told Mrs. Ann a fairy tale. Van lay stretched out, and Vang rested his head on the tiger's leg. And on Van's warm, rhythmically breathing belly, Muop had curled into a ball, fast asleep in absolute peace. Under the starry sky, the small house and its miraculous family were the most vivid testament to a simple truth, that love can connect all hearts, no matter the chest in which they beat.